We previously created this contact page. We are going to use a plugin to add a contact form down here. Plugins are basically add-ons that give your website additional functionality. Go to your admin panel and click on Plugins. These two plugins are installed by default. I recommend using Akismet as it protects your blog from spam. Now, Hello Dolly on the other hand is completely useless, and I'm not sure why it has been added into WordPress. I'm going to go ahead and delete it by ticking the box and pressing on delete. A thing to note here is that you can only delete inactive plugins. If we press the active button and then try to delete the plugin, it would not work. You first need to deactivate the plugin and then click on delete. When you delete a plugin, you will see this page, which asks you if you are sure you want to delete the plugin or plugins. Click on the yes button. As you can see, the plugin is now gone. Go ahead and activate Akismet. To completely activate this plugin, you will need to get a key by clicking on the activate button up here. This is 100% free to do. Since this is very simple, I'm not going to go through this process, but just keep in mind that it is free. I say this because some people struggle to find the free option, but it is definitely there. Anyways, let's move on. Click on Add New. Here you can see a list of plugins that are freely available to you. Down here, you can see plugins that are featured, popular, recommended, or marked as your favorites. Go to the search box on the right hand side and type in Contact Form 7 and press enter. As you can see, there are many different contact form plugins, but the one I highly recommend is Contact Form 7. If you click on the plugin's name, a page will pop up that tells you everything about the plugin. As you can see up here, we are currently in the description tab. Next is the installation tab, which tells you how to install the plugin. You can see screenshots. You can see the changelog to see what has been added in the latest version. There is a frequently asked questions area, and most importantly, there are user reviews. Down here, you can also see the plugin's average rating. Let's go ahead and install the plugin by clicking on the Install Now button. Once the plugin has been installed, click on Activate Plugin. Contact Form 7 has now been added to the plugin list. It has also created a new menu for us on the left hand side. Go to it and click on Contact Forms. With this plugin, you can add multiple contact forms, but we are going to keep this simple and work with the existing one, which is Contact Form 1. If you did want to add a new form, you could do so by going up here and clicking on Add New. Click on Contact Form 1 or on the Edit link. Now this is where you create your contact form. Down here is where you set the mailing settings for the form. The To field is where you want the information that has been entered in the form to be emailed to. The From field is who it was sent from. Notice how there is your name in brackets. That is the code that replaces whatever has been entered in the Your Name field. This is the email subject of the email that will be sent out. Again, the subject is obtained from a field in the form. Additional headers is where you can add CC or BCC headers to your email. I'm just going to make this blank. Over here on the right is the actual email that is sent to you. Can you see how there are words in brackets? That is the code to grab information from the specific fields in the form. This will make more sense shortly when we go through the code above. I'm going to remove this as I don't want it at the bottom of my emails. Down here are the messages that are displayed once someone clicks on the send button. There is a lot to go through, so for now, I'm just going to leave them as they are. Let's scroll back up to look at the code. This is the area where you make the form for people to submit information in. If you don't know anything about coding, then all you need to look at is the writing. For example, in this piece of code, your email, brackets, required, is the writing that is going to be shown above the field where the user can enter their email. Below that, in brackets, is email with the star. Email means that the field is expecting an email to be entered here. The star means that that field is compulsory. If this field is left empty, or if it is not an email, then the user will be asked to fill in the missing or invalid information and try again. Your email is the variable that allows you to take the email that has been entered into the field and put it in the email we saw below. I know that this might be a little confusing at the moment, so let's go ahead and create another field. Copy the email code and paste it below. Now go to the right hand side and click on Generate Tag. This will give you a list of different types of fields that you can use on your form. I'm going to select a URL field. I want this field to be optional, so I'm not going to tick "Is this field required?" I'm going to change the name to something more meaningful, like website URL. These are all optional options you can play with. I'm just going to skip them and go down to where it says copy this code and paste it into the form left. So I'm going to do exactly what it says. Copy the code and paste it in the form on the left. I'm going to paste it over the existing code we previously copied. Now I'm going to change the writing that is displayed above this field to your website URL. There is one more thing we need to do before the website URL is sent to us, and that is include it in the code in the email. We can do this by copying and pasting this code into the email field below. Here's our email. I'm just going to place this above the message body. First I'm going to type some text so it formats nicely in the email and so I know what it is. Website URL. Next to it, I'm going to paste the code we copied just before. Now that you have some idea of what's going on, let's run through the existing code. Brackets, your name, brackets. This code in the email is linked to this code in the form. This is linked to this. This is linked to this. And this is linked to this. Let's go ahead and save our changes. As you can see up here, the contact form has been saved. Now all we need to do is copy this code here into the page we want the form to be displayed on. Go ahead and copy it and then go to your contact page. We want to place the form here. Since this is code, click on the Text tab. And simply paste it here. Click on Update and go view the contact page. Voila! Your form has now been created. I'm going to go ahead and fill it in. See how it says URL invalid? This is because we picked URL under the Generate Tag menu. This uses validation rules to make sure that a URL is put into this field. The reason why the URL is not valid in this case is because URLs start with http://. Let's try now. And there we go. The message has been sent successfully.